What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of that boy, ETV. You already know, man. We are back. Actually, we aren't back. We are here on College Football 25, as today was the release day. And I just wanted to go ahead and I got 2 games in online, and I wanted to go ahead and get my first impressions and how I feel about the game as a whole, man. So, first thing I'm going to say is the presentation as far as coming into the game, cutscenes during the game, the way, because when as you can see here on the screen, when you're picking a play up in the corner, they have like little cutscenes going for you, looking at the crowd and things of that nature. That is amazing, man. The presentation is great. The screen shakes when the crowd is into it, and it just feels a lot more alive than Madden ever has and probably ever will, unless they most likely, what I'm thinking they're going to do is pretty much just copy this and throw Madden on top of it. So it'll basically be like the opposite of what I've been saying before. So one of the first things that I really notice is this game here has more of an arcade feel, meaning it plays a lot faster than normal, especially when it comes to something like Madden. I think it feels more kind of like if you played the yard, it has kind of more of that feel to it a little bit. Like you could tell it's not simulation football, and there are things in here, like when the ball gets loose, it kind of bounces on the floor, it looks, and it kind of flies along the floor and things of that nature. Also, another thing that why I say that it's arcadey is the strip ball, man. Like I played a game and I end up losing the game because the guy I'm playing just runs up and uses the strip function, and he gets it 3 times. Like he gets it 3 times, and from after this, like the next time I play, I'm literally gonna just run up on people and just start hitting the strip ball button because I want to see how effective it is, because it seemed to be highly effective when he does it. Like he can just run up and do it because, I mean, there's no penalty for it. If you attempt it and you don't get it, there's not a penalty, and you'll possibly knock the shit loose. So next time I get on, I'm gonna attempt this and see just how easy it is to strip the ball. But it seems easy to strip the ball. I've never really seen in a game, I've never really seen someone get stripped 3 times. Now maybe it's because it's college, but hey, like I said, that's something I need to go in and test for myself, man. So now let's get into a little bit more of like how the game plays, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people here are worried about, does it play like Madden? Well, the answer to that question is yes and no. It does both play like the baseline of the game is exactly like Madden. So if you've played Madden for the last few years, you'll be able to come in here and pick this game up and pretty much play it as is. Now, what is different about the gameplay is certain things that you're used to in the Madden, aren't really happening here yet. So we have to, but I think that this has to do with, you're adjusting to the new game. So we have to see like what things are really, really good and whatnot. But things that have carried over, drag routes and deep crossers, both of those are still very dominant routes to run. Most of the time they need a user to help guard over the top, or to guard especially the crosser. You're probably going to need a user to guard the crosser, because the zones still will get beat by the crosser eventually, because the man doesn't follow him. They still sit in their zones and will not follow the receivers. So crossers will beat zones. So you have to do either man coverage and cover it with a user, or you just got to hope and pray that your cornerback is good enough. So going off of that, man coverage in the game is actually really good. I was playing with Liberty, and then the other team I played with was Virginia Tech. And when I was with Virginia Tech, I'm not sure if they're a man cover team, but Liberty's a man cover team. And it seemed as though for the most part playing man defense was the best option, and they didn't seem to get beat like that. Like how in Madden, it was pretty simple that people got beat. In this one, like even on some crossing routes, the person won't get beat. But I think my biggest issue was the fact that my corners were slow. So I'm pretty sure that played a big factor into why I was getting beat ultimately in man. But I feel like if you have fast corners and they're good in man coverage, I think man coverage will be the more dominant defense this year. Zone still has its normal deficiencies, as far as zone does not really cover any underneath routes unless they're probably in hard zone or you tell them to play underneath. So pretty much when they're in zone, drag routes are, godlike. They can still, it's still hard for you to stop those in zone. And like I said, the deep crosses will eventually run out. and pass out by it. So again, zone defense isn't that great in my opinion, but I think man coverage is going to be the meta moving forward, at least for right now. Another thing I want to point out is the screen pass. So the screen pass is high risk, high reward in this game. In Madden, the screen pass is pretty much always guaranteed for the most part, and it garnered a lot of yards. Well, in this game, when you do the screen pass, the defensive line tends to get to the quarterback very quickly, so you might not actually be able to get the screen off. But I will say this, when you do screens, the little bubble passes, wide receiver screen passes, bubble passes, those passes, if you're not in man coverage, those are still extremely strong in this game. I think that they're much stronger in this than they are in Madden, just simply because of how the college game actually plays. So I think that that's kind of how that goes. Now, when it comes to the presentation, there is one thing that was very, very disappointing. And in head-to-head matches, you don't get the dynamic crowd feature that they put into the promotion. The dynamic crowd feature is not in head-to-head matches, so that is very disappointing. Also, there's still no halftime for head-to-head. Like, there's not even a screen where it shows the stats or anything. It literally just goes from second to third quarter. So I think they're pretty lazy there. Also, at the end of the game, it seemed pretty bland as well. I'm pretty sure I don't even really remember how the game ended. Like, I just remember it pretty much just going to the screen where you just, the end screen where you just leave out. So I think with the head-to-head, all the presentation is all within like probably dynasty mode and one-player mode. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they'll add that into the online multiplayer. I hope that they do, because you definitely promoted this as a selling point, so it should be accessed in one of the most used game modes, which is going to be head-to-head. So I really think that they should add some type of halftime, like just show some highlights, and they should definitely show something at the end of the game, like end of game highlights, things like that. Like, it's just really crazy. Now, one thing I do want to say is the game did run incredibly smooth. When you're running the ball, this is probably the best running that EA has produced. I feel like the last couple Maddens, the running has been getting better and better, and I think that now this is just kind of more perfected it. And again, with the more arcadey feel, you're able to move, your character moves a lot smoother and quicker, it seems like. So, also, it looks beautiful. I've seen a couple different stadiums now, and I mean, man, it looks a lot better than I thought. So you will definitely want to pick this game up over Madden. Definitely want to pick it up over Madden. I don't think Madden will be able to compete with this unless it pretty much copies what this shit is doing already. Like, to be honest, it already is better than Madden, so we got to do that. Now, the only thing I really want to know is how does it play in simulation, right? We got to see how it plays in simulation. There are certain things that we've seen that are still the problem, like with how they play zone defense and don't cover properly, but those are things that can be easily worked on and added to the game at later times, man. But hey, let me know how y'all feel about the game. Anyone that's gotten their hands on it, let me know down in the comments, how exactly do you feel about the game? Is it just like Madden? Is it not? Is anything I brought up or pointed out in this video crazy? Let me know down in the comments, man. I'll be eager to talk to y'all and have a good back and forth with that, man. But until then, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at DatBoyETV. Now, let's get into... never mind, man. It's been another comment. This has been my first commentary video on college football. Hopefully, I'm about to start a league up here soon, so I should be posting gameplays of that. And I'll just go ahead and post my wins and losses as we go. And I should also be bringing back the Sim League. And this time we will be using, I'm not sure what team I'll be using, but I'll make sure to let y'all know, man. But I'm out. Peace.